Greetings, viewers from all walks of life in Namibia, Africa, and around the globe. This is After Decade Media, and I'm your host, Martin, driving you this beautiful day. Today, I have leaders from Kavango East region who are joining us on this platform, and we are going to have a wonderful discussion mainly about independence here in Namibia. And these are not just leaders, those that we hear, but great leaders, those that have done massive things in the region as well as in the nation. They fought and they fight for this region, and they fight mainly for those that seek assistance and to see how they can bring about change in the Namibian nation. I'm joined today by Mr. Kanyetu on my right side, and on my left side here I have Mr. Nyundu Moses. Abatunakuya kupakerera ngo linabo mu liyuwa lino liana munchi omu tunakuya timu tira limangu ruko liosurongo sino sa Namibia. Vita vingi vya pitomo ntani vingi evitu ayuva nevi tuamona. Kepa natoka yuva ngango limbudi ngo. This year we want to make it different. But first, let me welcome you on the platform, and also for availing your time with a lot of responsibilities on your table, but you made time to come and join us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Anyone can just take this one up to introduce ourselves.
Well, you have said it all. You mentioned my names. I will repeat my names.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Kanyetu, Vincent Kanyetu. I'm a Namibian. Born here, raised here. We grew here. We live here. Whatever we do, we did it, and we are still doing it here.
Yeah.
So that's me. Yeah, in short. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Moses Nyundu. I'm a father of 5 kids, or 5 children, and I'm 53 years old. I was born in Rundu, Mangaranganja at that time.
Yes.
So I'm a proud Namibian because I have done what I've done during my time as a leader of this region. So I'm proud so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You have heard from them, and we go for a commercial break. But before we do that, we just want to thank our sponsor that provided us with today's refreshment. That is Akanjo Investment. And if you can look on my left side here, we have a banner, and there are also books down there, and the book is titled Lessons from the Lions. It's just 200 Namibian dollars. Get to grab yourself one, and believe me, it is a good read, and the book carries a lot of weight. We go for a commercial break, and when we return, we continue.
The Kavango region is one of the regions that is very diverse in their cultures, norms, and traditions. That is why when I travel to one of its towns in Rundu, I always look forward to a place that gets me closer to these elements. A place closer to the CBD that makes it easy for me to explore and view the diverse economic activities and also be part of it. A place that allows me to relax and focus on work at the same time. A place with a beautiful African cuisines and more that are unique than others. A place that has a restaurant that I can afford to have a drink in. A place that has a name that is so traditional that it speaks to the value and quality of the Kavango region. A place that has people that are very, very welcoming and also helpful. That is why Every time when I travel to the Rundu town in Kavango, I always book in Nkurungu because here I feel at home.
Welcome back, and welcome back again to our viewers and listeners, wherever you are listening to us or either viewing us from. Joining me today is our leader and elder, Mr. Kanyetu, together with Mr. Nyundu Moses from Kavango East Region. And our discussion for today is the Independence Day, that is independence of Namibia. And they have introduced themselves. Let us just, if you can just briefly brief us about your roles or either your play in politics itself. Mr. Kanyetu.
Thank you very much, Martin. Thank you very much, viewers and listeners. From 1990 all the way up to date, well, from 1990 all the way to, let's say, 97, 98, we were still in school. You know, we were still in school, junior and both secondary levels there. Those are the early years of our independence, if you remember very well. From 1990, as a person, well, though that we were in school, but we have participated in a number of activities, activities that is to add some value to what it means to be in an independent country, activities that adds value to the self-governance of the people in a democratic society and country. I remember just after the secondary life, I was one of the people elected to lead this whole settlement of Kehemo as a secretary. Many people used to call this area Kaveya. Reason being because you had those milk bushes around all over Kehemo here. And my committee under our leadership is the committee that managed to cut all of those bushes out of Kehemo here. Those people who knows Rundu and Kehemo in particular very well will remember that we used to have like 7, if not 5 toilets in Kehemo here.
Wow.
Yeah. You only find a toilet here that has 3 doors. Those this is a toilet for the whole neighborhood. And you find another one there, other one here, just like that. As well as the water taps was also the same. But then during our time, we said, no, people are coming to Rundu. The numbers are increasing. So we have to have a way on how to start demarcating this Kehemo, make people live in orderly way, not just disorderly way, but people must also have access to their houses, access to their neighbors, access to the next streets and these kind of things. And I remember we said we are removing these bushes, reason being for safety of the people, because during the night then back in the days, it was dark all over Kehemo. You find lights here and there. And only that itself made the work of the Namibian police so difficult, even to arrest criminals. If they happen to do any criminal activity in town and they enter Kehemo during the night, I'm telling you, their chances of getting away with everything was 95%. Because then, number one, Kehemo was dark. Secondly, you had these milk bushes that you had. If a person ran into those bushes, you can't find the person because there's no light, you cannot see. So we decided together with the community, traditional authority, and the town council, we say, okay, let's get rid of the milk bushes. People must start putting fences. And it was also good for the health of the people, hey?
Yeah.
Because back in the days, people would just come behind your house, and, help themselves in terms of toilet and stuff, because then you won't see whose way. Just to wake up in the morning, the smell is something else. And people couldn't eat outside. Most of the time, people will eat inside the house because of the smell and then all those kind of things. And we also then led the first of its kind, biggest demonstration that we petitioned the town council to compel them, saying that they have to start put water taps, because now people were coming into numbers from the villages. But the challenge then was water. The access to water was very rare. There were around, if not 5 public water taps around Kehemo here. And whereby everybody were now depending on those few water taps. Say, no. The numbers are increasing. We have to increase everything. The services, electricity, water and stuff. And at the point we said, no, this whole town council must be, removed because they failed the people and what. I remember our chairperson was then the late, also the mayor of Rundu later, Honorable, he's now the late, my soul rest in peace. She carried a Gosbert Mandema as a chairperson of our committee, myself as a secretary, and Carla Cosmas Makanga as a deputy chairperson. We had a committee that comprises of about 12 people, but we did not look at political party affiliation. Everybody was in our committee, and we were united for a cause of developing and bringing change to our people in the region and Kehemo in particular.
Wow. Mr. Nyundu, your play in political or either in space or in politics during your time?
Thank you very much. I was there before independence.
Okay.
And I'm here after independence. I know what
One
happened.
can imagine.
I know what happened before independence. And
okay.
I have observed everything that took place after independence. I am a politician, at the same time I'm a leader.
Okay. So
I contributed a lot during the liberation struggle of this country. So I was a student then in 1987 at Levia Kusembe Secondary School. So I was also arrested and tortured by the South African regime. I survived by the grace of God.
Yes.
And you see, that time, we were all people. And people loved one another. We did not discriminate one another. So, and that's the reason why Namibia became independence. Because we did not point finger, you are a Nyemba, you are a Kwangari, something like that. We fought together and we achieved what we wanted. So now after independence, I played a vital role in the ruling party. So I was the district mobilizer for Rundu Rural West constituency during the time of Honorable the late Shuameni. And I was the member of the regional executive committee of the ruling party.
And speaking of a leader, Shiwameni, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah. He was really a man, Mr. Shiwameni. May in peace, really. So I grown up, or my leadership always from the late Shiwameni and the late Maus Nekaro, the former governor. And later on, I became a chairperson of development committee of Sauyema. As my colleague have already said that it was not easy.
Yeah.
Especially for Sauyema, was for somebody to enter Sauyema and come back safe. Once you enter Sauyema, you are in trouble. I was elected as a chairperson of Crime Prevention Committee.
Okay.
So I tried my level best, as my colleague have already said, that Kaveya, there was something like, you cannot explain, everywhere and every house. We seated with our colleague, discussed with my committee, for us to remove those meal pushers. And I was the one who came up with the idea of cleaning the cemeteries. So you see, Sauyema cemeteries was I can say it was a toilet and a safe haven for the criminals.
At the same time.
Exactly. So you if you go there, especially during the night, and then you will get lost. Because where the activities of the criminals took place every day. And then we have decided with my colleague.
How many people were then there, mainly in Sauyema, for crime to be this hazard?
You mean the population or?
The population.
Oh, yeah, no. That time I can say maybe it was around 40 or 30,000. No, 30 or 20,000 people.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was not easy, and it was not a cup of tea for somebody to prevent crime. So because of that love of our nation, love of our people, we did what we did, and we managed to prevent crime. And at least, as we are speaking, if you go to Sauyema, you are going to the area where you are going to get that little bit peace. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, what is Independence Day to you, Mr. Nyundu?
Yeah, independence to me means a lot. Before independence, and that's why we thought that we really need to have independence, so that we can do things on our own, so that we can enjoy the fruit of the independence of this country.
Yeah.
So we got our independence into the 21st of March 1990.
Yeah.
So everybody was happy for the promises that we got from our top leader. And we expected a lot, that we will but to get free education.
Yeah.
And to share whatever we have. The resources of this country can be shared equal, not only at one side, but all the side, all the 13 regions or 14 regions. So that's what we expected. If we talk about independence, you talk about freedom, peace, progress, development, to mention but few. As we are speaking currently, we did not really achieve what we fought for.
We will get there.
Thank you.
Mr. Kanyetu, what is independence to you, and the independence of Namibia and its significance to the Namibians?
Independence to me, technically, independence is our birthday collectively as Namibians.
Yeah.
It's a day that we were all born in terms of politics. Because then, Independence Day is the day that we now stood out on our own and say, we are no more under instruction of South Africa. We are no more under instruction of any foreign somebody, no foreign rule, no nothing, but we are governing ourselves as Namibians. We are now starting to put laws for ourselves and also ways on how to develop Namibia has to decide by ourselves, not Pretoria or Cape Town as the case was in the past. So I think it's truly a day that Namibians, all of us, should celebrate, because you see, when you are a slave, you are technically half a human. Though you are a human, but you are half a human. I'm saying so because a slave doesn't decide on anything.
Yeah.
You just comply with the master. If the master say you are not eating today, so it's going to be the case.
So be
it. If the master say, okay, today you are eating porridge without any relish, that's what is going to happen.
Yeah.
But now, to come to the conclusion of answering your question of what independence means. Independence means a lot to us, and it should remain as such that it must still mean a lot to us because things like bread, for example, in the past, you were not allowed to eat white bread with rama. Why? Because of the color of your skin. You were not allowed to wear a certain design suit unless you must wear that one in the middle, it's cut, because that's meant for your tail as a black person. But you cannot wear a suit which is having cut on the two sides. No, that one is not for black people. You must wear the one that is having a cut in the middle, because as your tail is coming out.
Our people used to call it one pipe and two pipe.
Yeah, the one pipe one is for the black. And not only that, we were not allowed, for example, even if you or anybody fall in love with a white human being, you were going to be taken to jail just for that, for being in love with a white person. You can't. So, but now that we are independent, so everybody can marry whoever they feel like marrying. You can live in Windhoek, for example. In the past, you cannot be seen, even here, Tutungeni. Okay. Who are you to live in Tutungeni? No. That was only strictly for white fellows. All the blacks, you find them here, Mataratara around here, Katutura, the Nkarapama.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we belonged.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Nyundu, now, in your own words, is this the Namibia that you dreamt of?
Thank you very much. You see, during the liberation struggle, we had some songs. Nonsumoda kuyungasi apanga tukamangurura kapingai kakarangesi. And all of us, we were very much happy. Kwato mnondo kungadimbira mediloschi. Sure kapingazi karakozo kufana ngozo. That's the reason why most people join each other. That there is something ahead of us. Wow. There is something that we are going to achieve. Because our leader is saying that if we do this, if we stand together, we are going to get it. Awesome. But as we are speaking, what I see, the life that we have, is not what we have been expected.
Okay, maybe I think we will still get back to this question. Mr. Kanyetu, did you witness or either participate in the liberation struggle? You spoke about it, but did you witness and participate in the liberation struggle?
I did not participate. I witnessed. I'm 45 now.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm 15 years to a pupa. I witnessed on what Namibians were doing the time that I could see and identify right and wrong. With one word, by the time I started getting matured, that was very close to 1989, when we saw how people participated, how people were toying, how people were doing all sorts of things in resisting to the then regime of South Africa, and how exactly people were treated as half human beings, like I said previously. I mean, we observed, personally I observed what was happening, and up to now I can still recall a lot of incidents, to mention few.
Yeah.
White kids were not schooling at the same school with the black kids.
Mm-hmm.
The whites were not friends.
Yeah.
And the better offs, like in our case in Rundu, the better off ones will find their kids and grandkids at not friends. Okay. The rest of your kids and my family and your families, then you find them this side. So you could see the separation of the two, while we are all human beings.
Yeah.
But you are now a lesser human being compared to a white fellow, meaning your color of your skin determines your value.
Yo, it was tough then.
Very tough.
Viewers, wherever you are catching us from, Namibia, Africa, and around the globe, joining me today is Mr. Kanyetu and Mr. Nyundu. Moses, they are all leaders from Kavango East region and leaders of this nation. Mr. Nyundu, are you saying that the Namibia that you dreamed of, the Namibia that you fought for, both directly and indirectly, is not the Namibia you are seeing today? Why are you saying so?
You see, a 34 years person can do the best. And you can really see that, no, this is a 34 years old person.
Yeah.
The life have changed, completed the school and is working. He's trying to bring something at home.
Yeah.
So I was talking about education.
Yes.
This is not the education system that we're waiting. Even our top leaders say that we mess up with the education system. How can you say that let us send kids to school while those who completed the school are in the street? Is this the Namibian that we've been waiting for? Not really. So as we are speaking, there is a lot of graduate in the street.
Yeah.
While we are still sending others to go and attend schools. And after, if they will finish,
Yes.
where will they be? Where are they going to work? So, yes, I'm not saying that there is nothing took place. There is changes.
Yeah.
So the Namibia before independence is not the Namibia after independence. We can see something, but not what we have been expected. So I can give you one example.
Yes.
Our population is only 2.
Now it's
now
we
it's
are now at 3.2 plus.
Yeah.
3.2 plus.
Yeah.
Now go to South Africa in Soweto. Just in Soweto location, I'm talking about Soweto location.
Yes.
It's more than 4 million.
9. Now probably 10.
Yeah.
But South Africa is managing to look after those peoples. There are not a lot of them in the street.
Yeah.
Just in the location.
And there are a lot of Namibians who are flocking to South Africa to go and search for greener pastures, for example.
Now, you are having 2 kids. I'm having 6 kids. I'm managing to look after my 6 kids.
Yeah.
But you are having 2 kids. You are failing. What's actually going on with you? What's actually wrong? You are also working and I'm also working. The same salary that we are getting.
Yeah.
So when our father, Lucas Pohamba, took over, I liked the words when he said that the Namibian population is manageable.
Yeah.
That so far it's not manageable. What went wrong actually? Let us talk about business currently as we are speaking. I can give you example, one of our bishop, retired Bishop Sindano. He was a businessman. Kalat Makanga. He was a businessman.
Okay.
Before independence. Now we got our independence. All those people are seated at home. We thought that independence will maybe make these things more rich and their business to flourish. But they are now down. They don't have even something to bring in the table.
Wow.
So you wonder. That's the reason why I say that this is not what we have expected, that when we get independence, we will maybe be like in this way. Go to the hospital. They can send you back because of the Panado. They don't have Panado in the hospital, in the Ministry of Health and Social Services. But that, before independence, my brother, when you enter the hospital, just when you enter the hospital, the smell will heal you. Just the smell.
Can you hear that? Just the smell.
The smell
can heal you. Wow.
It's not easy to see a doctor. Once you see a doctor, you are already healed.
Wow.
Only the nurse. Look, I can tell you like this, a good example. Taba kukona vanesa. Taba kutura nine. Simpeva ndindirehena waiting for doctor to decide. Omwaku kukona kona, he, the doctor, the nurse will ask you, indeed the doctor will ask you, kupyo kokuzwa kukora. What's wrong with you? Kwa kukona kona ndiko wanatupi information is nakusanzikira organism. Kukona kona ngano kutara rutuna runyeta taratara sokumtu eya kubera yongandi mkondre mchigongandi. So which means nkenyena kutumbura whether is usili mora ubera na piagana toka hakusange kutwara eina kusanzikira singapo mnakubera. That time, my brother, if the doctor come to you, he will check everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nyundu. And we also want to thank our sponsor, that is Akanjo Investment, who sponsored us with today's refreshment, as you can see on the table here. And he is also an author, Mr. A.M. Paulus. He's the author of this book, Lessons from Lions. It's a very, very powerful book with a good read. It's just $200 Namibian. For more information, call 081-6555-4604. Get yourself one. And many of us, we don't like taking this type of initiative and this type of activity serious, mainly reading. And then we end up also not writing our own history. Mr. Kanyetu, maybe you just want to add on konya wana ambangoli wawawa Nyundu panya unene po kulimangu rukoli ya Namibia esi sorongo munake Namibia cho sorongo makengiresi ndincho sorongo munako ayarasi esi no cho sorongo to ayaliresi kuna kuruani na cho sorongo to arwane na tani evimbyo twafane kiremo simbionga vikavuro katundamu tani mbionga tukavura kawani namo vana vetu vatekuru vetu mbionga vavura ukawani namo msorongo setu.
Yara mpando limbu rokuli karalo lisu intani hawe morwa nkei morwa apana ya wenu kwato wana mpuro si ntape pass for example kuyenda koko nakusana kuyenda kwato kumpura pass kwato kunchaira vaporosi na manguruka so kuyenda koko nasana kuyenda kurara kenena sana kurambuka sieve ili kunorambuka sieve kuvura niende matiku wale ni ufene na watu kwato problema na kara no umanguruke kuvura niende kumbanga nikapure makongo for example ovya pili rokara si msovaga nikuvura uyende kumbanga ukakorote kuvura niliemboroto yo ikeno no rama no coffee no masini kenena sana tura monga hani ndi usi ovya kali rosi ndivyo vavi rumbu tupu wa makua makura hawe poro lirusumo rumwe atwe kutokota kava imbanga vaswapo asi tunoka wenongo polo, meaning that kapitu akara no udito ukulipangera moratu akara no mina dakaro no diamante tuakara no mina dakaro no goldi tuakara no mina dakaro no navinche kuvura nga tukalipangere na mwetu twahana kupitira kumeho vahana kutupitira vavirumbu kumeho vinkeve ya horoko. Sorongo twamanguruka odomina mumaoko are Dakar maoko virumbu. Na mwetu vinketwa kuwanamo. Pongolisi apato amanguruka siraha so twafandi lipuko lyo twaruwana lyo ku privat siera mina detu. Odo Dakar osi source of our income, the source of our life. Diamante detu maoko adebir. Mina na DJ damblinga maholi twa kuiva wana kuwana kapisi yetu ovantu nao peke. Opombo twakarera si dogoro weno nampili tumanguruke mara simpe kapitwa kuvura kulipangera simpe kapitwa kuvura kuruwana ovyo twa roti resi kutukaviruwana. Twawana limanguruko na watupu kuvura tuambe kuvura ni kritisiere leader momuna sana openly kwato kunkwata kuvura tumashe tu demonstrere na watupu mara kuyatika po tania tuyendi pa livu lyolingi ruharu nyaro red line omo makarosi mu commercial farms simpe maoko virumbu liavurukara nonkango imwesi atwe kwa kara no umanguruki o politika simpe mara kuhame na kuliparu ndi pa economy simpe wa virumbu kwa kutupangera aso weno mwakona kulia vitima ndi reisi makora kwa kutuditopera oli mukuyenda kumeho morwa kapitwa kara nondia odotu wakuruwana na mwetu twevasoba gane tupentu busone napaka tukaraka maudidi mu corona period pado boda dapata troka kapita kutundanga ku South Africa vitora mu Namibia kwa kankama morandi ya pumo twamanguruka mara simpe kapitwa kuvura kuruwana ndia dana mwetu. It's a problem. Twamanguruka mara simpe kapitwa kuvura kupangera resources domina deto. It's a problem. Twamanguruka mara simpe kapitwa kutuli tapo njendi titodoko rengasi tunkondo peke nditu impawe vadingantu vawolikadi vanangesefa o vanakutumbiroko nokuvapama uyivisi weni mo vaenda kumeho. So nenasi mwesos didi ruvedero December November kene omkara murundu mango nadinche wamona nga murundu kunidatunda nga kuzambia Munamibia mwatolivu Munamibia mwatomema. Why should we depend on Zambia to feed us with simple things like mango? Can the government not come up with a initiative yokorengasi to pevantu vetu mudimkunda mvura weno kapia kuroho kanka going forward ngwedi irrigation schemes green schemes dokorengasi vantu vatekerera tanti enda kumeo siwe kudependa mvura. Climate change it's also real kwa kurupuka vantu kwa kambadala kulima mara kapia kuruana. So it's about time to adjust thinking, no planning capacity yetu going forward to sirongo kenes katima ifidinge sirongo noninge nolipungu ndino vilia Kavango i produce fruits ingoli i produce mango i produce maguni i produce vigwava i produce mapuchi i produce vifruits vekulisuwa mora livu mpolili vantu mpovali mema mpovali government nkenea yamo either pay support in terms of starting capital. I mean in by now 34-35 years ndikapitwa kuambanga si makove atunde South Africa ndongo ditunde South Africa no byogoli twakuambira si kumanguruka twamanguruka mara elika pisi ndio limanguruko olio twatatelire olio vatatelire vantu astia vurekia kara mora simpe twavuru kara mpangera ya South Africa kene South Africa arengesu weno kapimulia makaroni are alio makaroni kwato kene South Africa ambas weno kwato jungle mu Namibia kapitulia jungle makora morwankengoli vikarera si South Africa o twa manguruka mwendi karenga simbe kwa kutupangira na kutupangira si vinge tulia metaha vinge tulia ngura vinge tulia nguruva no twakona ku vareka ndi by now weno ndi twaiva karesi mwaka dingasi dokorera vitondo vyo maguni mwaka dingasi vyokorera vitondo vyo mango for example no ndungu ndedi ndungu kene wasana kulia ndungu kwendi ulie ndungu dok South Africa kwato livu kwato mema kwato vantu vokutekera ndungu come on independence kutantasi kulikarera pana moye ove unalitumbu ngoli kuvura ukare no lipata kuvura urere noe vantu kapitwa kuvura kulirera twamanguruka mu politika mara pa ntambo yo economy simbe kapitwa manguruka South Africa simbe kwa kutokora si vinge tulia vinge tudwata mukurenga ni mante martini na satan kutantere sirongo nasije kenga vanu ke ovakadona okuyenda kusure uniform yao weni yafana South Africa ngiana kutokorosi vana venu vakare half naked vanede matungi yao ovakadona mbio vyakoroko sirongo nasije mora South Africa ngiana kudesigno oyo school uniform ku South Africa atwe vyetuko oyo school uniform vana vetu vanakona kudua tatu wesa wa unyauntu wetu kuninko okufuma deka rutu romwanu ke omkadona kapitwa kuvimona vakondika piona kuvimona ramba ngako na minister omkadinka o education kapiena kuvimona kuninko twakenda vanu ke ovakadona kenio ova mono kwa kurupuka vana kurupuka nambli kapiusane kumkenga
mwawongo lisine 21st centuries
no
things have changed
no kapia lichinja simbe mora atwe ungi wetu wa Namibia va Kriste wasavurama muveta yetu kachanga singi setu va Namibia va Kriste ukriste kusandazi vantu hova puro makarunga bibeli kwa kuambasi marutu wenu marutu enu ntembeli yompepo yokupongoka livega omoya karanga mpepo yokupongoka livega lyokuwapera lyoliwa lyokupira kumoneka mumdona makura oyo ntembeli ngoli do vana vetu wovakadona moda kumoneka sili kuvura simbe tuti twenyesi wa marutu wao ndembeli do mpepo yokupongoka kunkarano limboro lyande kukarano limboro lyo keuno kwa karano limboro lyo musupi.
The Kavango region is one of the regions that is very diverse in their cultures, norms, and traditions. That is why when I travel to one of its towns in Nyundu, I always look forward to a place that gets me closer to these elements. A place closer to the CBD that makes it easy for me to explore and view the diverse economic activities and also be part of it. A place that allows me to relax and focus on work at the same time. A place with a beautiful African cuisines and more that are unique than others. A place that has a restaurant that I can afford to have a drink in. A place that has a name that is so traditional that it speaks to the value and quality of the Kavango region. A place that has people that are very, very welcoming and also helpful. That is why every time when I travel to the Nyundu town in Kavango, I always book in Unkurungu because here I feel at home.
Welcome back, viewers. This is After Decade Media, and I'm your host, Martin Mupo. And joining me today is a leader, Mr. Kanyetu, and also we have our leader and elder, that is Mr. Moses Nyundu. We are now rounding off due to our time today, and I also understand, Mr. Kanyetu, you have a meeting that you need to rush to again. But now, when we look at during the liberation struggle, what was happening in the Kavango East and now East and West region. Back then it was just one Kavango. What was happening in Kavango, Mr. Nyundu?
Yeah, thank you very much. We cannot talk about the independence of Namibia without involving Kavango region.
Yeah.
So Kavango contributed a lot to the independence of Namibia. That time, to be honestly speaking, one cannot stand up and say, Viva Swap, you will be dealt with because of that name.
Yeah.
And Kavango that time was in the middle of more soldiers battalions. Omega Battalion, 32 Battalion, 202 Battalion, Sector 20, Mauni. No battle ndononzi dakere mara bantu kwa kere mkachi.
Wali odo battalion wanu watu nyangangolisha ama 2000 wali bamweya kuba kupuranga sevi nkibana kuhamba nkawe.
No kamba doba kwaita.
Yeah.
Yes. Nova South Africa pangawa nikiasereta baziwali wakarwa ne itai na mazwiri omokwitukwa na wale.
Yeah.
Mokuyanu isira no mik down dino singe maholi mo mukamba kozili kambe zingawa tumbura simbambi eziwa kara ngesiwa kwaita ntantani zakara kostawula. So Kavango kapisi bantu obakera singano kuvura vaskame. Bantu banzi obahepa because of independence of this country. People were tortured. People were beaten like nobody's business. People were arrested, left and right. A lot of them. I can give you people like Nimrod Muremi, people like the late Maurice Nekaro, may his soul rest in peace. People like Gabriel Kangoa Kalimbe, Ambrosius Haingura, the late Ambrosius Haingura, may his soul rest in peace. To mention but few. And let me give you the good part, especially even though but even those people, they assisted swap. Ngava supporta swap mumapego kulisigasika. The late Rudolph Ngondo. May his soul in the rest in peace. Kwa kere me pangero lyo numburu. Nye va mwena sinkina avura kurugana. Ipo nao vakambeke kokuoko. The late Chief Hompa, Sten Tumpasi, may his soul rest in peace. Bagaro was coming as ikari Kenyom na ikara. Apa toa kuzanye tukaze kwa mahoro. The ruling party did not won. Apa toa kuza kwa election. Ruling party kapia mtompokere kono region natinye. And it is written Vaichanga Kenya's region za itundwa moya kupagam ruling party no kuwinners kwa kuyahupa ko tupuka wango polike pwakara mchima ko ruling party apa bakuyatumbura itundwa mo yomo Kavango region tani ruling parties twakana za kuheserasi twawina so which means Kavango kwa player roles on nene ipo Namibias kamanguruki. As they used to say that we cannot talk about the independence of Namibia without mentioning Kwitu Kwana Valley, Kasinga, Shamtete in Angola. The same apply that we cannot talk about the independence of Namibia. Also history vakas changes kapwe. Mahana Kavango, and that history is not yet finished. Kavango Vantu Obakara Mukavango kwa contributor a lot. Unfortunately, Masansi Kokapiwa Gachanga, and you don't know why. You don't know why.
Because you hear of the atrocities that happened towards the Hereros, the Damaras, the Namas, and also what was happening in the north. We understand we are also from the north, but northern east part. We also hear of what was happening that side of Walfish Bay. And there's also some activities that happened here in Kavango region, but then it's not in writing. Now, somebody will ask, why is it so?
That's the question. I can. The first rally, the first swap rally in Kavango region took place at Dr. Romanes Kampungu. Almost Zikade massacre.
Wow.
We were surrounded by the helicopters, tanks. Why?
Why is it so?
That's the question.
Maybe we'll look at that question when we are just about signing out. Kanyetu. Kumeho tukawane limanguruko ndi sorongo sa Namibias kawane limanguruko muno mukavango vinke wale vyavuliro kusoro kamo kumwenga simpe wale kuno kavango weni moto waendite twayendire ndi bakali rengo liuye unyadogoro bakakwati teko limanguruko ndi likwati toko lya kavango kulimanguruko lya Namibia nalyo sinike simu ya soro kiro muno mukavango
yaro mpando kulipuro marwede amwemembe nalipura ngame muntu wange nango munjuo okwa pitira nga kuninko limburu lwali kayasi kupitira kulivero Oyo Zambia twambanga kuninko ko yakara Angola yo twambanga kuninko ko yakara ndi Botswana yo twambanga kuninko ko yakara livero lyo kuyenda ku Botswana Kavango Angola Kavango Zambia Kavango makura omo wange nangena ngoli munjuo keneka po wapitire kulivero weni oyo discussion yo liva lyo peke mara mukuvyuka kulipuro lenu Bakavango vamwe nao vavuliro kulihamitira momo yavulire ku yenda mbudi asi makurongi kidoa navuro kara pokurenga si va Namibia ndi vasowa gani vakalipangire namwao Bakavango vamwe vavuliro kuhame namo momo anavuru kwamba unyande sirongo nasinje mara kwa kalire mpangera yo virumbu ndiya South Africa ruwede po bali bamwe bakaliro banakuruwa no mu system po bali bamwe bakaliro sikapana kuruwa namo mara nabanchezi no bakaliro kwa kuruwa na mlipangero no bapiliro kuruwa na mlipangero understanding po yakalire imwetu piyo kurenga si no kuvura situtwikire kara kunchi yo upititi ndi yo ukoloni woba vamakuwa twakona kulipangira na mwetu sirongo setu twakona kara na mwetu kwa kupititira vininke na vinje Bakavango nao valihamitiremo ila vantu na vanje keneo kenge vangi twayuva vamwe kutunda mwangola varui vaplan kuya varemeka muno ndi vana varemeke kopeke vaduke vaye muno kava vapanga uhako muno kava vapanga memamo kava vapanga ndiamo kava vapanga uvando nokuva pambudi muno mara momo tumwavuru kwamba si keneo kenge mu history yosirongo setu sa Namibia hambara Bakavango kapana kumone kamo nao lipuru walika yas morange mu Africa kehepano second majority tribe kehepano kumaka sikeresi vasafuma nena vininke vyeviwa Africa kekunongo mina you can do your research.
Okay.
You can do your research. Second majority tribe kepanum Africa. Kumaka siekeresi vai oppresse, vai liate vene ikare kunchi. Morange neva fumane na vininke vyoviwa wangu nga vaka taking over. Go dito wakarum Africa. Kapisi si Bakavango kapiwa participated. For example, kenewendi kutokota poli mundiumwe ngoka wanamo njuo vaipeinda kala ya suwapo mbere wa ya suwapo ya kaliro ruwederunya kapisi ure rusi mumundiwo yendi mundiwe no mukare lirembe lio suwapo ruwederunya mara oyo njuo keneo kenge mwaka ova idika dogoro weno simbe poili avi kupalifano si apa upenda wapi topopa kwato woma unakaropo ndiwo mapo wali ndino kuidongo na ndiva idongo na kare apasaki ya manguro kasorongo ya ndiva idongo na kare kapisi mpopo tupu ngeneo kenge vanangesefa vetu o vakaliro kumeho iyo limanguruko vavulire kwafa mumnene mukupa varui vapleni likwafo ndio livana sana vamwe kuvarondeka no mahauto havo vavatware dogoro kuboda ndi vavatware dogoro ku destination yao kehino yo vanavuru kutwenya siku nikoko vanakuyenda mara na vinchevyo nkeneo kenge mu history ya Namibia simpe kapia kumonekamo lipuro alikaya smoronke ko kunyana kutunda second majority tribe kehepano mu Africa at all cost vanakona kuilia tantani kare palivo morankene ifuma nena vininke vyo viwa kuvura va taking over makura dogoro pano twakia endera majority tribe yavi tamburako no kudimbururas nani second majority yetu kabisa vantu vo problema nao na waka vao kuvarenga tupu vyongandi tupu makura ngoekare nawa tupu ava vo marudio peke mbovo problema po nani ava vao kwatu problema mara ovyo na hii vambie visi kanda urama nayo kutanga liwa limwe nayo ngai kutanga wene ngoa erasa momo tupu narenga ngana mbilika pina imanga ngombe yande kukanda tupu ya kutauka nowe nosindeinde iso masini kagali ngoimo yakara
wawa wa Nyundu wali kutwara tungoli mumwenu li history lya Namibia li history lya Kavango kuhame na kulikwati toko ilio limangu likulio sorongo sa Namibia wali nkeli adira kara mumbapira edida karongo lisini doli mangu rukuto sorongo sa Namibia
komeho zokuni kanili mburo puro kani harantengure naka uke tupasi ngapi Kavango akumoneka sikwa contribute unene tani ngapi gakere Kavango threat ke pangro lyanare sene wale koveli na bakwafange kapna izubire nyame kwato ngano izidoro pa batulire mokati tudirundu mono pakara tandawe kopo kapita kwina korundu beach kapita kwina ko iha sauye makwina ko ninkingarasi wakutumburasa feelings za kahonzo pena so kwa zidingiri kire kwato kunahwilira mo wahana kukara no aite tani wahepa kukutara posipepya si paputuka ndi pawawa mwanasina wagwanasi paputuka ngosowe muudigo kara utawo simba inke vakuzituiro zotoro pazarundu bakwaita zikari mukachiko darati nari vamono asi ava veliki wokuvura kuwinisa Kenya's political party hugu varilo no political party nadinye kwa kere mukavango ngano asi kwa mwena si koveli vamokuvura kwata ili naonga no kwa batulire mukachi inara tumburo tate Kanyetu asi wowo bantu bakere mepangero they make sure asi ovaswapo vakaraponze vagwane no IT ina ningi asi ngava kwafa vantu wokuremana maro ngava kwafa kwa kere mepangero twativira singe twakurukana kuwizanya ke program makuyunga si mora sinke vapira kuitura mumbapira muntu nseni okara por remote control wo mwana itumbura mkwetu asi Kenya's second majority ozakara konike second tribe konike kono tribe da peke kumona udiko woma wina okuninka sensene tuwasanse kirasi eiyo barugana naonga bakasibana vakalilire ininke yawo yo varugana. One example, Germany.
Yeah.
Germany ngeswa kumonesa udigu waherero no vanama. Eiwa kumonesera udigu lyole esanseko lyawo olyo bachanga olyo bagwana bakurona babo. Tufuteni kuyima turugane. Nawo bayidivirasi twahaba polisirasi bachange moransene bachanga ganona osekapita bakatumona ngata bakadimburasi obareta ndani emanguru kulusirongwezi bakabango. Ogwa kuyirugana ile namesi kapitani mdiwa mara mwene gaidi wasigili. Sene nove name tulihara. Mokuninka singano se tulihara kusanzika statu karano nonkondo. Makura to nonkondo zetu mokudigusamo Kanyetu. Gahepa kuwiza ko gya kutanderasi Nyundu aku uyunga mumdona. Ohanduke makura nove name ipotoa hagere popo nonkondo zetu da pupo. Kweli gumo gwa kuwiza atantre wakabango bakarake guru oba wapere kuchanga masanse koko. Gaha pulisirasi bachango yiningi yo. Napata yes. Gaha pulisirasi bachango yiningi. Kobeli bamwe bakambadara kuchanga iyo daza okwa barugana nobuki. Kama mtu akuyungangesha mesho nenya mweno mka editor nya mwina se iyo natuturamo inatupira kuturamo wali. Nyapoba kuzoko nobuki asibati pulisire. Tabakagusa ko mausili ogogakara. Kavango. Bamwe bakambadara. Nyoto nombapira kwa dizugumina. Dakara kumwe. Eiva kupira kudituliso nobuke ninke esansi kulya Kavango likari pauzera. Woma. Otate yo barugene. Otate yo barugene. Omama yo barugene. Nyapa ya fumana. Kwa fumane na kwa peke. Koli rusumur menga dibasi. Mom lunga woka Kavango. Omo twamono ihuna. Ihuna msingi umomo na mwali nsina sikapisi. So which means Kavango. Esanse koliendi. Nsene kulichanga. Tudipakare bantu onga wakara usili. Onga waninka varugane ngamo mnagarugane PW botane. Asingesi suruosange sokufa sasiki. Na hepa kugusa etokoro lekuninka igusiropo. Mugusira ngepwasi einarugene during the liberation struggle was unfair. So nsenga tugwana gomtogo ogongatu tumburanyasi ependa liwa Namibia ependa liwa Kavango makora tachanga inikina.
Maradogoro wali mpapa tunakuyayendera wenu. Chene bantu aba damu kangolisine tunahoro kuchanga nomba pira ino ikarishne kuna ichanga kwama muli history kwama mumatimu titi woba bavuliro karapo no kuvura sikuvirwana.
Kuvura kuyirugana. Kuvura kuyirugana poveli bagara poveli baswamani poveli bamati okuvura kuyirugana nawa. Makora po kuyirugana wahepa ukarependa ndani. I know what I'm talking.
Okay.
Mora apangota netupunganiza basi nyota meke kuchanga. Kokulyo kunganiza me. Katarenu gwina mati. Mbapira kuchanga zukuhamina kukavango. Maumbangi nanga nyuka ukagwana. Ko ile ingawa kurugana. Ngawa kuchilisa tupipongo hagira kuchango zumbapira.
Wow.
Yes. But we can do it.
To our viewers and listeners, I'm joined in studio today by our elders and leaders of the Kavango East region, Mr. Kanyetu, together with Mr. Nyundu Moses, and they are all from Kavango East region, where we are just having a discussion about Namibia's independence as well as celebration. Just to round off, how can we celebrate this day?
Celebrating this day, truly, after 35 years of our freedom and independence, we have to have a very, very serious introspection to look within ourselves and said, what were our objectives before independence? what went wrong? What happened that we find ourselves in this situation whereby we are not able to do something for ourselves, but has rather become beggars of a population of around 3.2 plus million people. I think the number is still manageable. Looking into even our national budget, for example, we can still manage to reduce poverty with the unique efficiency of our budget. As things stand now, we can still be able to fix the what you call it, the confused education system. We can still fix our health system. We can still put programs in place that we can develop our villages, develop our towns, come up with factories, not just franchise. We have to start doing things, our own things, We can still, we still have got time though, while we are celebrating, to go back to the drawing board and say, guys, we have messed up. But though that we have messed up, it's not the end of the world. Because the more we realize and be honest to ourselves that we have messed up somewhere, somehow, is the more we are getting clear conscience and ideas on how we are going to move forward. Because truly speaking, it's like a dream. A Namibia that we dreamed of is not what it is now.
Sure.
Just before I go to my conclusion of my interventions, I was just talking to somebody the other day. I asked them, he's a higher ranking politician of this country, nationally. I was like, do you think the 1,600 that we have offered to our elderly people is enough to sustain their lives? Say, yeah, I think it's okay. I said, no. You must be joking. Let me tell you why. Do you know how many elderly people are dying before they even reach 90, before they even reach 80, before they even reach 100? How many elderly people do we have currently that are 100 plus years old? And tell me why. He was like, what are you talking about? I said, look, we are responsible for the death of our grandmothers and fathers because how we are treating them, this is not what they expected from us. They fought, they contributed, they raised us, they sent us to school. In return, we are only able to give them 1,600 35 years after independence, where the inflation rate is so higher, the food price is so higher, everything is so higher, and all that we can offer to our elderly people is 1,600. Elders are dying because of stress, depression, because they are taking care of vulnerable children, they are taking care of orphans, they are taking care of even unemployed graduate. What a shame. Unemployed graduate. People went to school, they finished the kettle of their parents, they finished the mahangu of their parents, they finished their parents' money that they had.
They come
back again to be fed in that 1,600. I said we can still do better. If we say we are giving them 1,600, for example, looking at the situation now and the inflation I just mentioned, we can still do better by giving them at least a voucher of 1,000 Namibian dollar, food voucher. That each and every elderly can go in a shop, pick food that is worth 1,000 at least, and the 1,600 at hand that they can cater for things like schools, Our schools, every next day, you have been given a letter that you have to pay, and hospitals and these kind of things. So we can still do better, just like I said, by encouraging our people. Because the only way to create massive employment, the opportunity we have now is by investing heavily into agriculture sector to produce our own food. Then we'll have a lot of people be employed. And whenever you have food at your disposal, Martin, I mean, to me, if I have food to eat, even if I have zero balance in my bank, I'm rich. I'm rich. Because mine is to survive every next day. I don't eat money, I eat food. So that's why I need more food than money. I don't need money, I need food. So if we'll have more food in Namibia, there will be no poverty. People won't die of hunger, people won't die of stress. A bigger stress is a stress of someone who doesn't have food in their house, not a stress of money.
Wow. Mr. Nyundu, just briefly, maybe you want to add on just in a minute.
Yeah, thank you very much, Martin. I can say that we don't have a reason to celebrate for our independence. How many years left to Vision 2030? How many years?
We're just close there. Very, very close.
Just go and look then at that book, Vision 2030. A lot of things was not implemented. And you are expecting in 2 years ahead that we are going to implement the Vision 2030. That's a joke. We don't have the reason to celebrate. If the unemployment is too high, education system is, to be honestly speaking, is useless. Somebody stand up and dream about to change the curriculum. Just take it and go ahead. So we don't have a reason to celebrate. Parliament, instead of councillors sit with his people at the constituency, in their constituency, or implement. Not for them to decide on our behalf.
Right.
We don't have the reason to celebrate. They must wait from us. Kogeri Maruharume, they don't need electricity. Maybe they need water. Give them water. Some, they don't need water, they only need electricity. Give them electricity. Or you kutokora mo cabinet, you kutokora mo parliament, you kuwaretera bene kapisi bahara. We don't have a reason to celebrate while 16 people died of hunger. Should we celebrate it? But before independence, never happened. Never happened. Before independence, never happened. Six. Makora to celebrate Ngororo. So we don't have a reason to celebrate. I think that this is the time to say enough is enough. Let us come together as Namibian and build a better Namibia. We can do it.
Yes.
We can do it.
Okay.
We don't have the reason to celebrate. This is since we are having a dangerous enemy, tribalism. Kupyo kukwa wapere kutwara ininge. Kupyo kukwa pili kuwapera kutwara ininge. Wole abanabalya, wole ona apera kulya. Before independence, we tameku yungasi kapipakere mnyemba, kapipakere mbuku, kapipakere mkwangari, kapipakere mwamba. We stood together, unit zokfa nokutara, ili atu ninkisire tuwine.
Wow.
Marapatu akuyare tanundia kostafura, tankota kutara shoyo msinke. Talina wakuhedisa kostafura. Ozna trapalism zina. Pura simpe tokara nosiru woso kuningas tuzigusepo. Tutengure kwina kwa nare. Ipo tuwine ruhepo ubakara komeo. Thank you very much.
Wow. It looks like time is also not on our side. And we look forward to having you back again on this platform. Maybe if we are to have you back, what topic or subject do you think we can look at?
Development.
Okay.
Development, unity of purpose. Yeah.
And Mr. Nyundu?
Nyame mwana itumbara mara yomuli unene asi.
Yeah.
Tokona kutara singape mnatu yazogera tugwaneke natu wenye kwa ye itwakana na yo Namibia. Natu wenye tuigwaneke kabisa baigwaneke uko ruhana ropeke.
Okay.
Yes, very good.
Thank you so much. Maybe just to conclude your last words to the Namibians out there.
Yande menjo yotupu. Ke kunokuwa kuliwana na moye. Ove Namibia.
Yeah.
Wakara no stumbukira kosi sirongo. Chotupu sirongo setu pancha soto atwe nyangasi mundi wetu. Nkene as vipa. Kapinga svipira vo pati imwetu. Kene as vipa.
Yeah.
Kapinga svipira mbo wakaro mapundi. Kene as vipa. Kapinga svipira vangao. Kapinga svipira vo ruhepo. Maranga svipira vantu natu vanchi. Ongolisi ukare umdinkantu ndi umkurona. Stumbukira soye mu demokrasi. Wakona kuyasura kanwa. Uambe munjendi titondodo dakaro po mu demokrasi. Morankene natuvanjia tumwena. Kukara ira ovo vana kutupititiro kwa vasuvilire. Posi kuwa ruwana mapuko.
Yeah.
Ira momo vana ruwana mapuko nkavamwe. Ke kunoko wakuliwa nango Namibia. Wakona kutura unankondo woyo udemokrasi muviruwana. Well na mwaka mahoro bunga politika dodingi kodikara tokwen tukengurure kehe uno umwe twaiva ngoli dogoro mpapa asu mahoro vingia na kutanda twaiva dogoro mpapa mwali suva mahoro ano u presidenti nondango yona vanche kutanda si vantu vokuyenda ku parliament vakati kengurure njendi tito no katuli tapo njendi tito se vantu vo mu Namibia veta mkedodiva pangero. Kutunda 1990 dogoro weno. Twatuma natwe vakavango vantu. Vaenda ko vamwe parliament. Mara lipuro ndi mapuro akayengolisi. Kuyenda ko vaenda vakavango ku parliament. Kwa tanta vintu ndi kapiko tanta vintu. Kapina sana limbururo.
Yeah.
Ena sana vakavango natu vanchenkoko twakatwa. Twakona kulichangitana mwaka. Mposi tuvure kukenga mkachi ketu. Arewo tutuma. Kene Martini ana meeting ayo requirement. Kapisi akaresi kwendi akara mona ready likoro liare. No. Ndi akaresi kwendi rudironga ndi no. Kene Martini anakara no qualities. Dokenga skuvura akalikunde nova unyendi kundango yona vanje. Kuvura akakana ntevininge. Ndi akakambeke kukumaano owa kaito mauwa kusirongo no mkunda wakavango rambanga kono vandu wao. Tumenu Martin ikares party mkendi ikares party mke pongolisi kutuma vantu vokukara no uhivi vokukara no vision vokukara no maano is the only way ngatusaikitaru ruhepo wakavango nengoli kapisi tukarua nenga mapuko okutuma vahuye mense vokuyenda kunya vaka smile tupu nokenga kumafano nokunuanua mema parliament vamane katunda kokova na nete vanalipombere sende kwa kunuka unene vaetitike mayuro vantu no tutumenu vantu ova kaambo ovyo tunasana kapisi eva nasana vantu vokuvinduka pandu unene.
Nyundu?
Namibia is all what we have. Sirike surongo tu akaranas.
Yeah.
Kuvura ni msanzikira simokavango moveli vantu. Izombudi nauka. Moveli vantu wakuvura kureta elichinji kumaparuko vantu. Tuabadiva.
Yeah.
Diva. Momo surongo setu akara. Iyo mulio kurugana mtu. Kurugana etokoro. Anoli etokoro. Lyokuka ninkisa bantu vaka hafe metokoro lyoki.
Yeah.
Tatu zimehoro woro mugura. Ipotuka divya siili hena okunavura kutupitsira. Kapia kutantayuma ko political party. Nyeta itantayuma ko mtu ogo kumana sikubura ni mtume. amengano nivundire tupunye vatingantu.
Yeah.
Sene kapitwa kuruga na koyuma, ngororo ngatusiba na kuhamena unemployment. Etokoro lyawo, polilipo voters card.
Yeah.
Vatingantu vakatuke na venye, sene okwalifa ya kugwana si voters card, karata sokohoroweza. Okasugwane.
Yeah.
Ipo oka chinji. Oyokumona skapia wapa. Lastly, Yesu asimpe kapia uza. Ntani kapitwa gwana mbudi za kutundira kwa Yesu asingesi mungurata uza. Yakara no muri asikuvura turugane Namibia akare guhansa ako mungura. Sene tutokora neina. Karunga kuna tupesuruo. Ipo turugane matokoro ko uhunga. Gasanze kere Adam na Eva si. Sene no mulio kukosti.
Yeah.
Tomfu. Anon sene no pirakuliako toparuka. Horora pokachi konomfa no mwenyo goge. Makura mtu ta horora nomfa. Editua kutaku mangesi. Apatua kuza mahororo. Tatuka horora tukachinje Namibia.
Yeah.
Dita tuka horora tukatukire nonomfa noruhepo nonzara mo Namibia. Mati no wakati no wakara mo Kavango. Kuvura wachinje sesirongo.
Yeah.
Sene tutara mo parliament. Ministers. Wabali ndi watatu.
Yeah.
Ambassadors wabali ndi watatu. Sene wa Kavango watokora nawa. Kuvura tukakare no wa minister uwanzi. Ndi member parliament uwanzi. Makura Kavango kuvura sikakare sirongo sosiwa. Amekwa tambanye Namibia pokumane serasi. Tusiguse nasi sirongo setu.
Yeah.
Ezimpora za karamo tuzeni tukazitwikire ngororo. Ukorokochi tukaurwa nese ni natuenye. Kapisi kakari sinkasu wa prosperity. Lastly, inoka monas kapia wapa. Wahaka itumbra no kango na zupeke. Kazi tumbure tupasi eika pia wapa.
Yeah.
Ano inatuka monas ya wapa. Kapisi tukaichinche tukaitumbure nasi ya wapa. Tana tukaza komeo. Thank you very much.
Martin, kumeo tupi yoko renga tumante.
Yeah.
Kuvura tuhorore na vinche vantu tuava monosi mbo vantu tuahugu waramba. Maravo vantu nkene kapewa chira karunga. Ovo vantu nkene kapewa chira karunga. Udaruke kukavare kaira momu wakara udaruke weno. Tusane kukaita veta doku renga si. Varume no varume valikware, vakadi no vakadi valikware. Tokwen tuhorore vetu akuhorora. Mara tuhorore no vantu wokchira karunga. Mora muntu wokchira karunga. Kapinga katura veta yokurwani ta veta ya karunga. Pandu nene.
Hi, we have heard from our panels. Today's discussion, we just came to discuss about Namibia's independence and as well how we should celebrate this day, and where we also looked at are we really living in the independent Namibia that we thought of living in today. To our viewers and listeners out there, we want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Kanyetu Investment, for sponsoring us with today's refreshment. And you can buy a book that was written by Kanyetu, that is Mr. A.M. Paulus. He is an author of the book that is titled Lessons from the Lions. You can buy it just for $200 Namibian, where it also look at the success of this great animal that lives, you know, in the jungle out there, and how we as human beings should learn from it. It's a good read. It's a very, very powerful book to read. And for more information, you can call them. That is on their contact details. We have 081 6554 604. And to our viewers out there, for those that want to advertise and market, or either you want your jingle produced, you want your advert produced, you want to come, that is for an interview, you want to maybe come and share a story that you have, get to contact us at afterdecademedia, that is afterdecademedia@gmail.com. Send us an email, or you can call us at 08121407775. You can also check us on Facebook, that is After Decade Media, Instagram, After Decade Media, and we are also on X by the name After Decade Media. I'm your host, Martin. Until next time, have yourself a very, very beautiful and a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.